Mohin, tell me about yourself.
Professionally or completely?
Professionally.
Good, because the complete version would take a while, and most of it has nothing to do with the job.
Exactly. And that's actually a really good instinct.
Really? Why?
Because you already understand something important. Not everything about your life belongs in a job interview.
So the problem isn't knowing what to leave out.
Right. The real challenge is knowing what to include and how to say it with confidence.
That's exactly where I get stuck. As soon as someone says, "Tell me about yourself," my mind just goes blank.
And you're definitely not alone. That happens to a lot of people.
Even if their English is good?
Absolutely. It's usually not an English problem. It's an interview skills problem. Most people were never taught the structure of a strong answer.
That actually makes me feel a lot better.
Good, because today we're going to build that structure together, step by step.
So by the end of this episode, I'll finally know what to say?
Exactly. One simple question, one simple step at a time. Hey, English learners. Welcome back to Speak English Flow podcast. I'm Emma.
And I'm Mohin, professional silence haver.
Not for long. So, day 13 of our 30 Days to Speak English challenge.
13 days in, and finally a topic that's personally relevant to my trauma.
Today, we're talking about job interview questions and answers in English.
This is for anyone who's about to sit across from an interviewer and suddenly forget how English works.
Exactly. And it matters because interviews are high pressure, unfamiliar, and often the first time you have to talk about yourself formally in English.
Right. It's not the same as chatting with a friend. Everything suddenly feels like it's being judged.
Today, we'll cover why that happens, how to answer the classic questions naturally, and even how to talk about your weaknesses without panicking.
By the end of this, no more going blank.
No more blank stares. Promise. Before we start, subscribe if you're following the 30-day challenge with us.
And comment which interview question scares you the most. We want to know.
We read every one of them.
All right, let's get into it.
Let's go. So, first, why do interviews make our English suddenly feel so much harder?
Pressure, probably.
Definitely. I remember my very first interview in English. Simple question, why do you want this job? And my mind just went completely white.
Same thing happened to me yesterday.
There's actually a word for that, tongue-tied. It means you're so nervous you literally can't get the words out, even ones you know perfectly well.
Tongue-tied. That's exactly it. I knew the words, they just wouldn't come.
Think of an interview like a spotlight on a stage. In a normal chat, nobody's really watching that closely. But the second that spotlight hits you, every word suddenly feels examined.
And that pressure is exactly what makes people freeze.
There's also this, how you come across. That means the impression you give someone, how they perceive you, not necessarily how you actually feel inside.
So even if I feel nervous inside, I want to come across as calm, at least a little.
Exactly. And just knowing that gap exists, feeling nervous versus appearing nervous, can actually help you relax a bit.
So step 1, notice the spotlight effect and remember it's normal.
Exactly. Nerves don't mean you're unprepared.
Okay, so what about the actual killer question, tell me about yourself?
Here's the thing. Most people either freeze or they go the opposite direction and over-rehearse it.
Guilty. Before my last interview, I wrote out a whole script and memorized it word for word.
And how did it sound?
Like a robot reading a manual. My coach literally stopped me halfway through and said, "Mohin, just talk to me."
That's the exact trap. A fully rehearsed answer, meaning memorized word for word, often sounds stiff because you're reciting instead of actually communicating.
So what's the fix? Just wing it completely with no preparation?
Not quite that either. Wing it means going in with no plan at all, which is risky. The real answer is somewhere in the middle. Know your key points, but let the actual sentences come naturally.
So, structure without a script.
Exactly. Think 3 things: your background, what you're good at, and why this role fits. Then just talk through them like you're explaining it to a friend.
Points, not paragraphs.
Right. That's the difference between sounding rehearsed and sounding real. Okay, next, the dreaded weakness question.
What's your biggest weakness? Absolute nightmare.
I used to answer with, I don't really have any weaknesses, which obviously is a terrible answer.
Nobody believes that for a second.
Right, it just sounds like you're either lying or not self-aware. What actually works is naming something real and then showing how you're working on it.
Give me an example.
I used to say I struggled with delegating tasks, but then I'd explain how I started using a shared task list to fix that. That's honest, but it also shows growth.
So it's less about hiding the flaw and more about putting a positive spin on it, showing the fix, not just the problem.
Exactly. Put a positive spin on it means presenting something in a more favorable light, without lying about it.
So like a scar with a good story attached, instead of pretending you were never hurt.
I like that. Interviewers don't expect perfection. They're checking if you can be honest and still grow.
So name it, own it, then show the fix.
That's the whole formula.
Okay, last part, the end of the interview, when they ask, do you have any questions for us?
Such an important moment, and so many people waste it by saying, no, I think you covered everything.
I did exactly that in an early interview. Afterward, I felt like I'd seemed completely uninterested.
You probably did a little. Remember, an interview is a two-way street. You're also interviewing them.
So what changed for you?
I started asking things like, what does success look like in this role after 6 months? It shows real interest, and honestly, the answers are useful too.
And sometimes the answer itself tells you something important.
Exactly. If the answer feels vague or uncomfortable, that can be a red flag, a warning sign that something's off about the role or the company.
So asking questions isn't just performance, it's actually protecting yourself too.
Right. Trust your gut. If something feels wrong in the answers, take that seriously.
So always have at least one real question ready.
Always. It shows you're genuinely evaluating the fit, not just hoping to get picked. Let's slow down and go through today's phrases.
6 good ones today.
First, tongue-tied. Tongue-tied. It means you're so nervous you can't get your words out, even simple ones.
I got completely tongue-tied when they asked about my last job.
She's usually confident, but public speaking makes her tongue-tied.
Second, come across as the impression you give someone, how they perceive you.
I wanted to come across as confident, even though I was nervous inside.
He came across as a bit distracted during the call.
Third, rehearsed. Practiced and repeated so much, it can sound stiff or unnatural.
His answer sounded so rehearsed it didn't feel genuine.
Try not to sound rehearsed. Speak like you're explaining it to a friend.
Fourth, wing it. To do something without much preparation, relying on the moment.
I didn't have time to prepare, so I just winged it.
Don't wing a job interview. At least prepare your main points.
Fifth, put a positive spin on, to present something in a more favorable, hopeful light.
She put a positive spin on the delay by focusing on the extra quality time it created.
Even bad news can be delivered with a positive spin.
And finally, red flag, a warning sign that something might be wrong.
When they avoided the salary question 3 times, that was a red flag for me.
A rushed interview process can sometimes be a red flag.
6 phrases ready for your very next interview.
Even using just one naturally will make you sound more confident.
Now, say it better. Basic sentences, upgraded.
I'll read the basic one.
And I'll fix it.
I am nervous.
My nerves got the better of me. It's more vivid, and it's exactly how native speakers describe losing their composure because of nerves.
I don't know what to say.
I went completely blank. It's much more natural than a literal translation, and native speakers use it all the time.
I practiced a lot.
I've rehearsed this answer 100 times. It sounds more natural, more specific, and a little more human.
I am good at many things.
I bring a lot to the table. It's a classic interview phrase that naturally highlights your strengths.
That is a bad thing about the company.
That's a bit of a red flag for me. It's softer, more professional, and fits naturally in an interview.
I want this job.
I'd really love the opportunity. It sounds enthusiastic and professional without feeling desperate.
I bring a lot to the table. That one's going straight into my next interview.
Good. Use it with confidence. Quick recap. 1. Remember the spotlight effect. Nerves are completely normal.
2. For tell me about yourself, use points, not a memorized script.
3. For weaknesses, name it honestly, then show how you're growing.
And 4. Always ask a real question back. It's a two-way street.
Now, tell us, what interview question always throws you off?
Comment below. We'll probably make a whole episode about it.
We just might.
That's day 13 of our 30 Days to Speak English challenge. Great job making it to the end.
Day 14 is coming tomorrow, so make sure you're subscribed. We'd love to see you back.
If today's lesson gave you a little more confidence for your next interview, please give this video a like. It really helps us reach more English learners around the world.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Mohin.
And you've been listening to the Speak English Flow podcast.
Thanks for being here. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself.
And we'll see you in day 14. Bye for now, and good luck with your next interview.